Knowing that there's still fluctuation in this roster, knowing that we don't know when or if Jonathan's going to be coming in, just what's the mentality? What you talk amongst yourselves, like, hey, here's how we have to deal with this right now, or is it so natural that you have to have those discussions amongst yourselves?
No, we talk about it for sure. As the leaders on the team, you got to acknowledge what's going on. Don't make it more than what it is, other than a team trying to figure out the situation that's in front of us and the challenge that's in front of us. Knowing JK's situation, knowing the new faces that we're adding to the roster, like we talk about it every year going into a training camp of what it's going to take for that particular team to win. This is a little different just because you have a guy that's trying to figure out his situation, and we respect that process, and it's going to play out. And when he's here, ready to work, like we expect him to be locked in on doing what he needs to do to help us win. So all those things you acknowledge, and you look forward to doing what we do as players and going out there and hooping. Like that's what it always boils down to, no matter how you get there.
When you have talked to Jonathan recently, what's the message you're trying to get across to him?
Negotiations are hard. We all know that. The idea of everybody's situation is a little different. Everybody can come up with whatever narrative they want to. It's how business kind of goes. Some things are pretty straightforward, some things aren't. This is definitely in the aren't conversation or category. But when he comes and he's here, he should be a professional and do exactly what he expects to do and take advantage of his opportunities to help us win. Like everybody who's in the locker room, that's what you're committed to do. And so I don't have any concerns that he'll approach it that way, and that's what we expect.
I know you mentioned, once Kuminga gets here, you expect him to be kind of locked in, but this has obviously already been a big offseason distraction. There's almost an inevitability it's going to bleed into once he gets back. How concerned are you just, about the overall distraction of the situation?
I don't frame it like that. I think he's going to get asked questions. To your point, you're asking questions. Everybody's going to ask questions about it. But what happens when I leave this microphone and we go in the locker room and us players talk, like that's going to be the make or break of how we kind of move into the year with the right frame of mind. So the good news is you've been around long enough. Me, Draymond, Jimmy, we've all been around long enough to know how to separate the business of it to the basketball of it. And those are two totally different areas. So our job is to focus on the basketball part and not let it become something that, gets in the way of how we approach every day.
With that said, how unique of an offseason has this been? Like just that whole situation. I'm sure you've been through many a teammates trying to get paid, but I don't think we've ever been in anything like this. Does this feel like a unique situation?
I think everything we do around here is unique, for sure. So it kind of adds to that journey. Us being realistically championship relevant for this long is unique. Us trying to maintain that for as long as we have is unique, and JK's situation is unique. Me being in my position where I'm at in my stage of my career is unique. Like the whole deal is just, it's you got to take the good with the chaos as well of it, because it is kind of unprecedented. So keeps me going because it keeps everything, kind of front and center on trying to, again, focus on winning. Like, and we've done a really good job of that over the years and want to keep doing it.
To go back to the idea of separating basketball and business, that is like something that's pretty relevant to Jonathan right now. When his agent comes out and says, if we get the contract we want, we'll be committed to doing everything we can to win a championship. What is your reaction to something like that and the idea of like conditional commitment?
I only listen to my teammate. I don't listen to agents or anybody who's speaking on behalf. Like, I hear that from JK.
What have you heard from JK?
And he'll be committed when he gets here. I just know from man to man, he doesn't want to have to be in the way of anything. So let that situation play out. He can speak for himself.